Breaking Bad is arguably one of the best TV shows of all time, with many episodes that are still considered masterpieces today. Centered on the descent of Walter White, a mild-mannered school teacher, into life as the head of a drug empire, most of the Breaking Bad characters are flawed, making them both realistic and polarizing. The show has some exciting and explosive action scenes, but the best episodes of Breaking Bad tend to be character studies. From iconic speeches to scenes between the main characters that are both heartbreaking and hilarious, virtually every aspect of Breaking Bad has been praised, from the acting to the camera work, and the show still holds up today. 15-inch pilot, Season 1, Episode 1. Considering how strong Breaking Bad's reputation is, it comes as a huge surprise that many don't love the first few episodes, but despite its slow pace, Pilot is still an exceptional piece of television. Compared to what comes after, it may not be quite as thrilling, but it plants the seeds of the man Walter will become right from the off. Opening in the desert, the episode flashes back to Walt's life at home alongside his job as a high school teacher before focusing on his cancer diagnosis. In less than an hour, the protagonist's motivations are set, and despite his early incompetence, the transition into Heisenberg is still visible in this premiere, which contains an action-packed conclusion. 14-inch Hermanos, Season 4, Episode 8. Giancarlo Esposito's excellent performance as Gus Fring helped make the crime drama so iconic, and Hermanos is one of his most important episodes. With the DEA finding Gus' fingerprints at the scene of Gale's murder, we see just how convincing his public persona is, as he talks his way around any evidence against him, despite Hank remaining unconvinced. Additionally, we learn more about his backstory with Hector and Don Iladio through a flashback, one that has aged even better after Better Call Saul. Hermanos really highlights all of Gus' strengths and weaknesses through some powerful scenes, while also exposing how much of a chokehold he has on Walt, with the entire outing being structured to perfection. 13-inch Grilled, Season 2, Episode 2. Whether you think Lalo, Gus, or Todd was the Breaking Bad universe's most terrifying villain, Tuco was the man who truly started it all, with Grilled showing just how in over their heads both Walt and Jesse were. The antagonist effortlessly kidnaps the duo out in the desert and lays down the law with constant threats. His short stint on the show was really encapsulated by his role in Grilled, where he met his demise. Additionally, Tuco's menacing presence forced Walt and Jesse to take drastic action, and with so much of the episode taking place in one location, the final shootout between Tuco and Hank felt all the more tense. 12-inch Better Call Saul, Season 2, Episode 8. Saul Goodman is arguably one of the best characters in Breaking Bad, as evidenced by him getting a 6-season spin-off, making it no surprise his franchise debut was a masterpiece. Naturally, Saul himself is a personal highlight, as his charismatic and slimy nature steals the spotlight, but we also see Jesse and Jane's relationship develop. Walt and Hank continue their unique dynamic as well, and while this episode has plenty of humor, there is also a lot of depth. Watching the Better Call Saul spin-off only enhances the experience of this episode, especially when understanding the context of Saul and his mindset at this point, cementing this as an all-time classic. 11-inch Full Measure, Season 3, Episode 13. Season 3's finale was full of shocking twists and suspense, culminating in a haunting scene that changed Jesse forever. With the deuteragonist on the run, Walt desperately pleads with Gus, trying to negotiate a way to grant Jesse freedom while he continues cooking meth. But in typical Breaking Bad fashion, things aren't so simple. Gus' decision to appoint Gale as Walt's new partner is clearly an attempt to plan for life after both main characters are gone, putting Jesse's life in immediate danger. In turn, Jesse and Walt decide killing Gale is their only way out, and despite Walt agreeing to pull the trigger, an interruption forces Jesse to do the deed. Aaron Paul's tremendous acting made this confrontation stand out as one of the show's most heartbreaking moments and a scene that will go down in TV history. From here, the character was never the same and fell deeper into the criminal world, but it arguably made Jesse's Breaking Bad ending so much sweeter as he finally escaped this trauma. 10-inch Fly, Season 3, Episode 10. Breaking Bad's Fly episode is a controversial masterpiece that divided viewers from the moment it aired. This bottle episode sees Walt channeling his guilt into an obsession with removing a fly from the lab. The majority of Fly takes place within the state-of-the-art meth lab, which gave Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul the chance to showcase their acting skills. There are plenty of moments featuring Breaking Bad's signature dark humor, but it also reveals more about the two main characters than any other episode, showing both to be in a very dark place. Fly may have less of the explosive action and nail-biting tension of other Breaking Bad scenes, but it has some of the best character development in the show. 9-inch Face Off, Season 4, Episode 13. Face Off is best remembered for Gus Fring's shocking death, but there's more to the episode than this moment. The entire episode is full of tension as Walt goes on a frantic mission to protect himself from Gus, only to discover that Hector Salamanca could be the unlikely answer. While it is difficult not to root for Walt, another twist is coming. Breaking Bad gives us one of the most disturbing twists in the series in the final moments of Face Off, when it shows that Walt has Lily of the Valley in his garden. This reveals Walt as Brock's poisoner, cleverly manipulating viewers just as Walt manipulates so many people around him. This brief moment is iconic, and totally changes the game. 8-inch Crazy Handful of Nothing, Season 1, Episode 6. If there has been one criticism of Breaking Bad, it's that some viewers found it more of a slow burn. However, the pace of Season 1 takes an explosive turn in Crazy Handful of Nothing, where Walt gives us a glimpse of his true potential, in one of the first episodes that made us question whether Walter White was always evil. Crazy Handful of Nothing is a masterclass in overcoming the odds, with Walt seemingly in over his head but with nothing to lose. However, this is deceptive, and shows that Breaking Bad was never going to be predictable. The episode gets viewers more invested in Walt than any previous installment, foreshadowing Heisenberg through the other characters' different reactions to his shaved head.